Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Yes Jackpot. This board features Yes's Camber C4, which is traditional camber with 4 millimeters of rise when you put it flat. So it's just a very mellow traditional camber. This is going to give you the load, pop, snap, and drive, and that's it. That's all you need to know. This board is available in 152, 154, 156, and 158. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on an overcast day that had waves of blue moving in with high winds, warmer temps. You had frozen snow, chunder snow, firm fast groomers, some slush, wind. It was pretty much just about every imaginable spring-like condition, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This board has your standard run-of-the-mill, middle-of-the-road park flex, so softer tips that stiffen up outside the inserts through the middle that have a torsional flex that pretty much matches up to the overall flex of the board. It makes it very predictable. Now when it comes to stability, you're going to get chatter in the tips that will resonate underfoot, and through the middle is pretty much the stiffest, most stable section of the board. When you get into really rutted out terrain, it can get knocked around, you can get bucked, so keep your knees bent and just be aware of that. With this board having a more mellow camber, it's easier to load up, but it's still going to be reactive. So you basically put no effort into loading it up and you're still going to get some solid snap out of it. It's not the poppiest thing out there, but it's highly predictable and you never really have to worry about whether you're going to make it up, on, or over anything. So launch that side hit, ollie that slow sign, and head to the park. Now when you're in the park, jumps, small, medium, large, hips, half pipes, it doesn't matter. This thing will boost off the lip. It does what it needs to do. It's predictable. You know that it's going to be able to launch you up in the air and still be stable when you come down. What's nice about this board when it comes to buttering is it's a mellow camber. So what you want to do is be able to keep your weight on the outside of that binding and really flex into the nose or the tail. That's where you're going to reach those softer tips, which is the sweet spot for this board. But due to the flex of this board, it will fight you. So just be aware of that. Like as you're holding it, you've just got to keep that knee bent and really press into it to swizzle and sizzle. If you can't do that, well, it's going to look soggy and you're probably going to hook an edge, break a collarbone, cry, and never snowboard again. Now when it comes to jibbing, it's the same thing. A little bit of muscle and a little speed go a long way with it. So you want to be able to just leverage that weight on the outside of your binding, really get your hip just sitting over that front or back contact point to get it to lock into a press, and you're going to feel that board try to fight you, which is going to give you that snap. Now when you find the sweet spot, it locks in, it stays locked in, but it retains that fight till you hit the end and you can pop out of the feature. What's nice about this board is when you get sideways, you don't really have to worry about it fully clapping out. It's got that perfect blend of flex to caress and hug the feature and slide through the way that you want it to. It's not going to be one of those decks where you're going to have to worry that it can't handle it. It can. So just go in, do your thing, and get on your way. This board does a great job at park carves, which are those types of carves where you need to zip around features or people or that stupid family that decided to bring all 27 of their kids into the park for some reason. They're spread out and you're just trying to get to the feature. That's what it's really good at, which means it's quick and nimble edge to edge. You can feel that power. You do have that mid-bite control right underfoot, so you can do a little bit of ankle steering. If you really want to lay it over, there are limitations on it, so be aware of that. But what's nice with this thing having camber is you can drive from the center of the board through the tail to give you that power to slingshot you through a turn so you don't lose any of your speed. Who's this board for? The well-rounded park rider. Making this board full camber was awesome. It just gave it a little bit more power, a little bit more snap. It's a little bit more predictable. The edge control is amazing on this. You notice that mid-bite. You notice that you can get around anyone that's in your way in the park. It's a solid park offering that does such a good job when you get outside of it, that it's almost an all-mountain freestyle board, but it still retains all those freestyle characteristics that you want from it. I love this thing. It was great. It was nice to ride, a mellow camber that was easy to engage, that had solid pop, and was very predictable. Comparable boards, the Rome Agent, the Telos Chillum, the Nitro T1. Binding recommendations, the Now Select Pro, the Nitro Team, the Ride C8. This has been my review of the Yes Jackpot. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.